welcome. This is the Market Wrap. I'm Agam Vakil. Well, after a long weekend, it's turning out to be a very strong session of trade. It's not just for the large cap indices, but also some of your relatively smaller names. But I am going to start with the Nifty, up by as much as 123 points. We were just shy of the 11,000 mark in today's day of trade. The big gains coming in: Indiabulls Housing Finance, Eicher Motors, Tata Motors, HPCL and BPCL. On the losing end, we just have, well, Wipro, Tech Mahindra and Infosys, which is, well, perhaps down by as much as over 1%. But save for that, a lot of the other stocks lost out less than 1%. More importantly, when it comes to the broader markets, well, I can say about nearly 4 gainers for less than 1 loser on the NSE 500. And look at the gains in this particular column: Suzlon Energy, Repco Home Finance, Dilip Bilkon, Manpasan Beverages, Excel Crop Care, something like an Edelweiss Financial Services, HCC, Philips Carbon Black, all of them advancing by well over 10% in today's day of trade. On the losing end, while we do have a little bit of weakness in some of your IT names, we'll save for that, perhaps something like Mahanagar Gas, or for that matter, Sheela Foam stands out. But if you leave these stocks aside, momentum clearly, at least in today's day of trade, is with those gaining. But on that note, I'm going to get in our markets editor Neeraj Shah to get in his thoughts. Neeraj, hi. Well, certainly looking up.
Yeah, well, a bit of a, I hope this is not a bit of a dead cat bounce, because it's essentially a lot of beaten down names which went up today. But very good volumes on the cash market side, 37,000 crores, which was pretty impressive. We did well despite the rest of the Asian pack not really setting the stage on fire. In fact, I would reckon a stronger part of the move happened post-noon in the Asian markets, in the wee hours of closing for the Asian markets, but an exceptional close as well. And the broader market strength, Agam, the last 6 or 7 days, I think since Feb 27th, the small cap index has gained about, what, 8% or thereabouts.
Right.
So that's where the real meat of the money is really going in now. Some funds have been raised. A lot of PMS schemes have started getting money, is what channel checks suggested the last month and a half. And I don't know if all of that now comes back because people might be hunting for value. But who's to argue against such a strong move, more so at the broader end of the spectrum? Absolutely. And even auto names which didn't deliver on the numbers doing extremely well. I'm sure Yatin will speak more about it. Right. But all of them doing well. So yeah, no arguments, no complaints, again, from a bull's side at least, against this move. Let's see if it has the potential to last or not. I think that will be the telling move tomorrow. Absolutely. Well, Neeraj, thank you for that perspective. Look forward to your FNO dissection tomorrow morning. Absolutely, yes.
I'm going to keep an eye on that one as well, because the 11,000 mark is going to be very crucial, and I'm going to keep an eye on the kind of, well, open interest build up there. But, you know, Neeraj just spoke about the auto sector. So on that note, I'm going to get in Yatin Motor to talk to us about more updates there. Yatin.
Well, you know, the auto sector, Eicher Motors, Tata Motors were the 2 stocks of the day, 7-8% for each of them. However, talking about Tata Motors, to be specific, a couple of things which happened over the weekend. We also had the promoters buying in reports of an probable stake sale in JLR. But today we had the US sales data coming in for Jaguar Land Rover, which were quite encouraging. The retail sales for JLR for the North American business grew by nearly 29%, and this is one of the best months ever for JLR as an entity for North American markets. And not only that, they outperformed their peers also when it comes to the growth that we saw in the month of February for Jaguar Land Rover sales. In fact, if you look at the Jaguar sales, they were up 59% at close to 3,465 units. Land Rover sales also were a little over 8,100 units, a 19% growth there. And the CEO of North American operations said that this result was driven by continuous sales momentum of Discovery Sport, Range Rover Sport, Jaguar XE and F-Pace. So the key 4 models are doing well in the marketplace, a 29% growth, much ahead of peers like BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, all of these luxury car makers. So when it comes to the North American markets, clearly they are compensating for the weakness that we are looking at for European markets as well as the Chinese market. So good data points for JLR in general. Okay,
Yatin, thank you for joining us and taking us through those updates with respect to Tata Motors specifically. But I am perhaps going to touch over the auto theme once again. I'm going to bring in Yash Upadhyay to give us the other 2 buzzing stocks in trade today. Yash?
I'll start with TVS Motors, and like you said, autos were clearly the theme today, and TVS Motor being no different, closed higher by about 5% in today's day of trade, and this was mainly on account of the strong February sales numbers that the company reported, which were, by the way, higher than what the street was expecting, and one of the only few names this time around which reported better than estimated numbers. So overall, their February sales numbers, they grew by about 3% on a year-on-year basis, coming just a smidge below the 3 lakh units per month mark. The next name that I want to highlight is Phillips Carbon, which actually supplies a key raw material which is used in tires, which is carbon black. The stock managed to close higher by about 11% or 10.5% in today's day of trade, as you could see, up about at the mark of about 181.5, and that was primarily on account of the company in its investor presentation mentioning about its expansion plans. They look to expand their carbon black facility by as much as 240,000 metric tons per annum by 2021, scaling up their total carbon black capacity to more than 7,000 tons per annum.
Okay, Yash, thank you for getting us those details. So we'll be watching out for those two as well. It certainly turned out to be a very, very strong session. The real question is, can we sustain at these levels? And if we do, can we move on even higher into uncharted territory? Possibly. This, for now, well, just a positive outlook. But on that note, it's a wrap in this edition of the Market Wrap. Lots more lined up. Stay tuned to Bloomberg.